Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Volunteer Field, home of Eastland Little League. As I'm kind of surprised, I didn't think they were going to have a city series. I thought the leagues were dwindling. I thought they might not have it. I know the Galant tournament that's normally played with the Little League teams is canceled, but I'm happy to say we're back with the Lynn City series with the Little League teams. The Pine Hill Braves are the home team. The Westland Red Sox are the visitors. Coach Driscoll leading the Braves of Pine Hill. Coach Peterson, who just got through leading the 13-year-olds in the Babe Ruth tournament, is the head guy here. First pitch in for a strike to Aiden Peterson, the shortstop. Pitching wide for a ball. Mason Palladino on the mound for the Pine Hill Braves. In for a strike, 1-2. Little League started 1951. I know that because I pitched the first Little League game ever at Frazier Field. Hit on the ground to first base. And the first baseman, Elijah Morin, beats Peterson to the bag and gets the putout. Back then it was Eastland, Westland. Only. It quickly marooned into two Westland teams, a Pine Hill team, Wyoming, Lynn Shore, and for a brief period, the ball's popped for a base hit. There was Albert Collado, the second baseman for the Red Sox. For a brief period, the Central Little League played the same place Eastland played, and that was at just outside Manning Bowl, is where the Eastland field was. So it's been a long time. The first series was Eastland Westland, a charity game at first ever, and the only Little League game played on the Big Diamond at Frazier Field. This is Rowan Merriman. Hits it foul to the backstop. He's the pitcher, so it's pitcher against pitcher. Son of the coach, Peterson was the leadoff hitter. Riley Driscoll is the other half of the battery mate. Coach Driscoll's son is behind the plate catching. Hit in the right field for a base hit. Around second, heading for third. They throw to third. That allows the hitter to go to second base. So Merriman gets a base hit. And Westland has a threat. So second and third with one out for Brennan Malloy, the catcher. Westland looking to get on the board first. Little inside out swing by Merriman, hitting it into right field. Swing and a miss. A big tip of the hat to all of the coaches, assistant coaches, all the people that did an awful lot of work, the concession stands, to keep the Little Leagues going, keep the kids playing. Shot. It's going to drop into the right field for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. Malloy taps it into right field. He gets 2 RBI.
Now batting for the Red Sox, number 8,
Dante
Giordano.
Giordano, the third baseman, is the hitter. 2 runs in for West Lynn. Swing and a miss. All the great workers, it's a job and a half to keep the fields up. You know, all the rain we had, all the terrible weather. They were out here putting the tops down, putting the foul lines down, and then coaching the kids as well. So a lot of terrific people who deserve an awful lot of credit for keeping the Little League programs going. And they made it even tougher bringing a young flag football league into Manning Field. That took a lot of kids away from Little League because they're going, I think, 52 weeks a year. Nice stop by Driscoll. That's a nice job. That ball was ticketed for the backstop. So the count 3-1 to Giordano. They got the first out. 3 straight hits have given Westland a 2-0 lead. And inside for ball 4.
Now batting for the Red Sox, number 13, Gianni
Bernabal. The first baseman is the hitter. 2 on, 1 out. Way inside for a ball. Low for a ball. In the dirt. The runner takes off. In. So the double steal. Makes it second and third. They got a good pitch to run on. The ball was in the dirt. This is a little different than Babe Ruth games that we've been showing lately. The tournament just ended. Players have to stay until the ball reaches home plate. They can't get off the base until that time. In for a strike. Bernabal, the 6th hitter, takes the pitch again for a strike. And the count goes full. Swing and a miss. He gets him. He comes back. He was down 3-0. Comes back and gets him for the second out. Tyrese Spain, the left fielder, is the hitter. Palladino pitching from the stretch. That's been the norm through all the games we've done, even high school. Swing and a miss. Not many full windups have we seen this year. Off the catch, his glove in the dirt. The wild pitch is going to score a run. Malloy scores the third run. Giordano moves over to third. Count 1-1 to Spain, the left fielder. Swing and a miss. High and tight for a ball. And we got our first deuce as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Strike 3 called. So Palladino gets 2 big strikeouts to help himself out of the inning, but not before West Lynn jumps on top. And they give their pitcher, Rowan Merriman, a little bit of a easy breather coming out. Maybe a few of the butterflies will go away. Anytime you talk tournament, everybody gets nervous. He's got a 3-0 lead, and it'll be Rowan Merriman taking the mound. So he got 3 runs,
That inning for Mason Palladino, 27.
3 hits and a walk. A double steal, a wild pitch. 2 big strikeouts to end the inning. And now Pine Hill will look to see what they can do
Pitching for the Westwood Red Sox, number 1.
against Rowan Merriman. I didn't do it. Orson and I will do it when they start the next inning. But for the Pine Hill Braves, it's Jackson Barrett, the shortstop, leading off. Riley Driscoll will catch and bat second. Elijah Morin, the first baseman, hits third. Pitching and batting fourth, Mason Palladino. The left fielder, Brian Boisson, hits number 5. Batting sixth and playing second base, Jensel Pimentel. The center fielder, Shea Paul, will hit number 7. Batting eighth and playing third base, Alphonse Wilhelmsen. And the right fielder, Jacob Morin, will hit number 9. So Merriman has been staked to a 3-0 lead. Jackson Barrett, the shortstop, will look to get it started. I mentioned 1951, the first game. I played in that game, 1951, and I played for West Lynn, even though I lived in East Lynn. They fouled up my address, and I wound up playing not for East Lynn, I played for West Lynn. Swing and a miss. Merriman's a big boy on the mound. Swinging and missing twice, 0-2.
Remember that triple he hit off you, Ro?
On 3 pitches, a strikeout.
Now batting for the Braves, number 3, Riley.
You may hear some of the Westland parents who are sitting off to my left, fairly close. You might pick them up. I think Rowan's father is one of them. Riley Driscoll, the catcher. Up and away for a ball. Swing and a miss. A lot of parents, friends, and parishioners around the outfield fence. Hit foul off the backstop. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Pine Hill catcher, Riley Driscoll. Had a duck under that one. And the count evens up at 2. Strike 3 call. Good pitch on the corner. So back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning.
Now batting for the Braves, number 20,
Elijah Morin, the first baseman, will be the hitter. These teams that are playing are the teams that won their league. So they're already champions. Down and away for a ball. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Chased that pitch. That pitch was way outside, bounced away from the catcher, went to the backstop, but he had already committed to swing at the pitch. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Impressive for Ryan Merriman. 3 strikeouts, 2 of them swinging. A 1-2-3 inning. And the last thing you want to do in the tournament is get in the loser's bracket in the very first game because it'll be a long haul. So Westland jumping out at the end of 1, they jump out to a 3-0 lead over Pine Hill. We'll start the second inning, and I said I would run through the lineup for the Red Sox, and I will. The leadoff hitter is Aiden Peterson, the shortstop. Albert Collado, the second baseman, bats second. Pitching and batting third, Rowan Merriman. Brennan Malloy, the catcher, hits fourth. Batting fifth and playing third base, Dante Giordano. Gianni Bernable, the first baseman, hits number 6. Batting seventh and playing left field, Tyrese Spain. Caught and dropped out in right field. And he tried to go to second base and held up. So that's Ezekiel Sanchez reaching on the error. Looked like Jacob Morin had made the catch, and it fell out of his glove. So Tyrese Spain, the left fielder, bats seventh. Ezekiel Sanchez, who just led off this inning, bats number 8. And Manny Rodriguez, the center fielder, who's hitting now, is the number 9 hitter. And they throw to first base, and he picked the runner off. He got off the bag and got picked off. Nice throw by Driscoll. Good tag by Morin. You can get off the base after the ball gets to realistically to the catcher. Hit foul. I'm not sure who chose to play that very loud music behind home plate. I think they asked him to shut it off, and he did. On the corner, nice pitch for strike 3. Two up, 2 down. Aiden Peterson, the shortstop, he throws right, bats left. He bounced to the pitcher, his first leading off the ball game. Pitch goes up and away to the backstop for ball 1. Hit foul to the backstop. Evens the count at 1. On the corner for a strike. 1-2 the count. I told you how the numbers have dwindled. Pine Hill only has 9 players. Hit to second base. Nice job by the second baseman, Pimentel. Over to Morin. A 1-2-3 inning for Palladino and the Pine Hill Braves. But they still have a 3-0 lead to try and dig into. 3 strikeouts for Palladino in 2 innings. It will be 4, 5, and 6 for Pine Hill, starting the bottom of the 2nd inning. But again, the numbers, teams, Wyoming used to be strong. They used to have a mountain of teams in Wyoming. Now they have less. East Lynn used to have quite a few. I think they only have a couple. Lynn Shore, I think, has 1 or 2. And even the numbers now, like I mentioned, Pine Hill is here with 9 players. Of course, vacations may have something to do with it. West Lynn only has 10. You know, each team used to be solid with 14 or 15 players. So, Rowan Merriman, impressive in the 1st inning, striking out the 3 hitters he faced. We'll start the 2nd inning. Palladino settled down in the 2nd inning, having a 1-2-3 inning. Picking up his 3rd strikeout. Riley Driscoll made that nice play, throwing out the runner at first on the nice tag by Elijah Moore, and they picked the runner off after he reached on an error.
Leading off for the Braves, number 11, Mason Palladino.
Mason Palladino. So it'll be pitcher against pitcher, starting the bottom of the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss. Like an off-speed pitch. He was way out in front of that pitch. Has 1 ball and 2 strikes. Way up and in. The count evens at 2. Strike 3 call. That pitch was right down the middle. So the beat goes on for Merriman. 4 strikeouts in 4 hitters.
Now batting for the Braves, number 1,
Brian Boyson, the left fielder, is the hitter. Fouls it to the backstop. You might get to hear a lot of motorcycles that fly by here. A lot of young kids driving the mopeds and motorcycles and driving all over the meadow and all around the meadow. In first strike. Waves at the pitch. Again, the beat goes on. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting for the Braves, number 12,
Jensal Pimentel, the second baseman. If you hear a lot of contact with bats, there's a softball game going to be starting behind us. I hope they hit the ball over here. Swing and a miss. music starts again. Hit foul off the backstop. Again, they ask him to cut it off, and they do. I don't know how many times they have to ask him. That hit the bat. He ducked down trying to get out of the way. First I thought it hit him in the helmet, but it didn't hit his bat. So it's a foul ball. He just had his life pass in front of him, and it's a foul ball. Six up, six down strikeouts. 4 of them swinging. We've completed 2 in this opening game of the 2021 Lynn City Series. Westland Red Sox 3, Pine Hill Braves nothing. Albert Colano got a base hit and scored the first run back in the first inning. Swings and misses at the first pitch, in on the hands. He's the second baseman for the Westland Red Sox. In for strike 2. The weather certainly has helped. When I come out of the house to come here just before 5 o'clock, it was raining pretty good. Swing and a miss, got away from the catcher. They called it a foul ball. That's one of the new rules. A few years ago they put it in. Before, it didn't make a difference if the catcher caught or not. You couldn't go. A strikeout was a strikeout. And you couldn't go if the ball got by the catcher. Then he changed it up.
Now batting for the Red Sox, number 1.
Collado gets his second hit, leading off the third inning.
Go, Rowan!
Rowan Merriman singled and scored in the first inning. Now the catcher has to make sure he either stops it and tags the runner or catches it. Hit foul out of play. So again, it's pitcher against pitcher. Hit in the air, backing up. One hop off the fence. In with a double. Collado had to hold up to see if the ball would be caught. He gets the third. Merman's got his second hit.
5, Brennan Malloy.
And Westland threatening again. Brendan Malloy got a base hit and knocked in 2 runs. He's got a chance to do it again with second and third, nobody out. Popped up. Good effort by the first baseman, Elijah Moran, but it was too far from him to go get it. Actually went over the fence and warm up the bullpen area. That took a hop and a half. That skidded right along the grass, hustling it to second with a double is Malloy. That almost took Barrett's head off. He went down to get it right along the grass, and just as it got to the lip of the grass, when he went to pick it up, it popped up and almost hit him. I think it did deflect off his head or the side of his face. He was playing it perfectly. He went right at the ball, went down to get it, and it took a horrible hop. He's got 2 more RBI. And Westland now leads it 5-0 here in the top of the third with a runner at second and nobody out. Dante Giordano drew a walk. His one trip. Malloy hustled it into second base. It went right off the shortstop. Took that terrible hop up right around the face area and deflected out into short center field. And Malloy hustled it into a double. And Merriman helped himself hustling around third scoring. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. And that hits him. So he's on for the second time. Still nobody out. First and second. Gianni Bernabal. The first baseman was a strikeout victim. Waves at the first pitch. A little bit high. Down and away for a ball. 1-1 the count to the Westland first baseman. Way wide for a ball. The winner of this will take on Wyoming tomorrow night. This being Friday will be Saturday night here at East Lynn. The home run hitting contest will be Sunday here at East Lynn. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Westland first baseman. Had a duck under that one over his head, and the count goes full. Thought about it, started to pull the trigger, held up, it was high. He draws a walk. So the bases are loaded with nobody out. Tyree Spain, the left fielder, was called out on strikes his first trip. Waves at the pitch for strike one. Chop to the first baseman. They make the play at the plate. Nice job by the first baseman, Morin, to Driscoll, the catcher. So they force Malloy at the plate. So 1 out with the bases loaded. In to right center field for a base hit.
Now batting for the Red Sox, number 3.
Sanchez gets a base hit. 2 RBI. Spain scoots over to third. A big 4-run inning. Still only 1 out, first and third. Wide for a ball. They got the runner picked off and they tag him out. I think They faked like they're going to throw to second base with the runner stealing second base. And they caught Spain off third. Driscoll with a nice play. Second runner he's picked off. Sanchez was stealing second with first and third. They pumped like they're going to throw to second. That drew Spain off the bag at third. And Williamson tracked him down and tagged him out. High and tight for a ball. Rodriguez is the 8th hitter in the inning. Half of them have scored. In for a strike. And again, Deuce as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Missing inside for a ball. The count goes full. Top of the order, Aiden Peterson on deck. Hit foul. Down the right side. We'll do it again at 3-2. There's ball 4. Second walk in the inning. Aiden Peterson, the shortstop, bounced to the first baseman and bounced out second to first. It goes to the backstop. The runner got way off the base at second base. They almost threw him out. They almost threw Sanchez out. Driscoll was looking for his 3rd throwout on the base pass. And we're going to get a pinch runner at second base. Ajay Noggle is pinch running at second base. Missing wide for a ball. Missing wide for a ball again. In for a strike. Peterson taking all the way with a count 3-0. He'll still be a little bit fussy here. It's got to be a pitch he can handle. And it's ball 4. So the bases are loaded again. They're batted around. Albert Collado has singled twice and scored twice. He started this inning with a base hit and scored the first run. He started the first inning, 3-run inning with a base hit and scored the first run. In for a strike. He's the Westland second baseman. Foul tip to the backstop, and it's 0-2. Collado was the 10th hitter in the inning. Swing and a miss, he gets him. So they finally get Collado out. Westland is finally down in the top of the third inning. They put 4 more runs on the board. They've extended their lead to 7-0. Three base hits. 3 walks and a hit batsman. One of the walks and the hit batsman scored 2 of the 4 runs. And Pine Hill has got a little deeper hole. And West Lynn has a comfortable lead. R.J. Noggle will be the new right fielder for West Lynn.
Fans, please visit our concession stand. We have hamburgers, hot dogs, fries, chicken, mozzarella.
Merman
Food is delicious and at a great bargain. Eastland Little League appreciates your support.
starts another inning, and the league has been jacked up a bit for him. He was leading 3-0. He's now leading 7-0 as we'll start the bottom of the third inning. And Eastland has not put the ball in play yet. 6 consecutive strikeouts by Merriman, 4 of them swinging. And obviously, knowing that, it'll be 7, 8, and 9.
Braves number 9,
Shea Paul, the center fielder, will be the hitter. Swing and a miss for strike 1. They put a ball up on the scoreboard, but he swung through it. High for a ball.
Come on, Rowan.
Hit foul.
Attention fans, we are coming around with a collection for Eastland Little League. Please be as generous as possible. Thank you.
I'm not sure what the delay is for. Whatever it is, we're getting back to baseball. The scoreboard had 2 and 2. I knew he swung at the first pitch. They had a ball up there. That's a call third strike on Shea Paul. He was hanging around. I thought I must be seeing things, so they knew he swung at the first pitch. 7 straight strikeouts for Merriman. Hit to third base. That's the first play. Giordano over the burner ball. That's the first play that's not a strikeout. 2 up, 2 down in the third. Jacob Morin, the right fielder.
The Braves number 3, Jacob Warren.
Way wide for a ball. Makes it easy on your defense when you don't have to make plays. The pitcher and catcher are taking care of all the outs. Swing and a miss. High and tight, tucked out of the way of that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hit in the right field for a base hit. First hit comes from the number 9 hitter, Jacob Morin. A little slap in the right field. Merman had retired 8 in a row.
Now batting for the Braves, number 5.
Jackson Barrett, the shortstop, will be the hitter. Ducks away from that pitch high and tight. Swings to the pitch for strike one. 1-1 the count. Down and away for a ball.
Come on, Rowan. Let's go, Rowan.
High and tight again. 3-1 the count. Swings for the pitch. It goes 3-2. Merrin, we mentioned before the stretch. Merrin, one of the few we've seen pitching from a full windup. Again, high school, Babe Ruth, Little League, they haven't been doing it. So he comes back and gets him. He fell behind. He gets Barrett for the second time. 2 more strikeouts. He gave up his first hit of the ball game. Pine Hill goes down in the third. We've completed 3. Merman on the mound for Westland, almost perfect. Shutting out Pine Hill. Westland leading Pine Hill 7-0 at the end of 3. 3-4-5 for Westland as we start the 4th inning. Rowan Merman is perfect. Singled and scored, doubled and scored. Again, pitcher against pitcher. Solid shot into right field. Skips off the right fielder. He's going to keep going. And he's all the way to third base. He gets a base hit, and the error gets him to third. That was a solid shot, and right by the right fielder to the fence. Merriman hustling into third. He's got his third hit. Brendan Malloy is perfect. Singled, knocking in 2 and scored. Double, knocking in 2. So he's been involved in 5 of the 7 runs. High and tight for a ball. Down and away for a ball. So 2, 3, and 4 have been the big guns for West Lynn. Swing and a miss. They've got 7 hits and 8 at bats, those 3 hitters. Nice stop by Driscoll, the catcher. Swing and a miss. The count goes full, 3-2. And that one hits him. He tried to back away, he couldn't. Couldn't get out of the way of that one. He's on for the third time.
Now batting for the Red Sox, number 8, Dante Giordano.
Nacho Giordano hasn't been up officially. He scored a run, but he hasn't been up officially. He's walked and got hit by a pitch in 2 trips. Second hit batsman by Palladino. In for a strike. They throw it down. It goes out into the outfield. Yeah, they almost threw it away again. So Malloy steals second. The throw goes out into center field. They still have a runner at third, but they got another run in. Bunts it out in front of the plate. Safe. The first baseman, they were throwing the ball to the second baseman, covering the second baseman did what he's supposed to do, cover first. First baseman picked off the throw. Giordano gets a bunt hit for an RBI. Malloy scores. Driscoll makes a nice play. Get out, got the ball, threw it to first. The first baseman cut the throw off. It was going to the second baseman. And the first baseman cut it off. They appealed that the runner would be out. First baseman, I don't know whether they thought the first baseman tagged the runner. Gianni Bernabal, the first baseman, struck out, walked, and scored. Takes the pitch for a strike. So 2 errors in the inning have helped the West Lynn cause. They now lead at 9-0. 2 quick strikes on Bernabal. Quick throw to first. Diving back is Giordano. Up and away for a ball. Nice stop by Driscoll on a pitch in the dirt. Another nice stop by Driscoll. He's done a nice job behind the plate. The throw to second base went into the outfield. He threw the ball right to the bag. There was nobody there to catch the throw. In for strike 3. First out of the inning is a call third strike. And they're coming out, and I believe that's going to be it for Palladino. Coach Driscoll coming out. They'll have to make a change. That's probably because of the pitch count. So while they figure out what they're going to do, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. So the shortstop and the pitcher changes places. Jackson Barrett will be the new pitcher. Palladino goes to shortstop. Tyree Spain will be the first hitter that Barrett faces. Up and away for a ball. Up and away again. Try to save your pitching with the pitch count. You want to stay in the winner's bracket. Low for a ball. 3-0. in for a strike. East Lynn and Lynn Shore will do battle tomorrow night, the first game of the doubleheader. The winner of this game, if Lightning doesn't strike, it'll be West Lynn. They'll take on Wyoma. Wyoma drew the bye with 5 teams in the tournament. They'll play all week. Championship game will be next Saturday. Well, Spain draws a walk. First and second.
Now batting for the Red Sox, number 4, R.J. Nagel.
5 walks given up as the sun comes out now as bright as it's been in a very long time. Slap to first base. Morin will make the play over there. That was Noggle, who went into play right field, was the hitter up for the first time.
Now batting for the Red Sox, number 3, Manny Rodriguez.
So 1 away. Manny Rodriguez has struck out and walked. It's good the sun is coming out this bright. And the good thing is it's way over to our right and a little bit behind us, so we're not looking into it. And the camera's not looking into it. But it's almost like the lights are on here at Volunteer Field. Let's wait and see what they call it. I didn't see the umpire's right arm come. Looked like they put a ball on the screen. Looked like he swung. Looked like he went through. High for a ball. In for a strike. Westland got 3 in the first. They got 4 in the third. They get 2 more here in the fourth. And they're still going with 1 out, 2 on. Rodriguez draws a walk. And once again, the bases are loaded. Top of the order, Aiden Peterson. Bounced to first. Thrown out second to first. Walked his last time.
Now batting for the Red Sox, number 2, Aiden Peterson.
He's the 8th hitter in the inning. Pop foul back. I think I said there was 1 out. There's 2 outs. Yeah, ground ball to first was the second out. Driscoll looks at the umpire. He wanted that pitch. He thought that was on the corner. They batted 10 in the third inning. They batted 8 here in the fourth inning so far. Down and in for a ball. Up and away for a ball. Slaps it right to the third baseman. Nice play. Wilhelm, just a little, excuse me, swing. Hit it the other way. Peterson lines out. Westland's finally out in the inning. They sent 8 more to the plate. They put 2 more runs on the board. They did it with 2 base hits. A hit batsman and 2 walks.
Pitch count that inning for Jackson.
Both of the hit batsmen have scored. Of course, the walks prolong the innings. We'll move into the bottom half of the fourth. West Lynn with a comfortable 9-0 lead. And I saw some warm-up action. I think they may be going to, I don't know if they're going to change the pitcher or not. They had somebody warming up in the bullpen, but it looks like Merriman's coming back out. He might be closing in on a pitch count. So it's still Merriman on the mound. He's given up 1 base hit. He struck out the first 7 he faced. A ground ball to third was the first ball put in play by Pine Hill, and then a base hit by the 9th hitter, Jacob Morin, into right field. Broke the streak of 8 in a row retired. Then he got another strikeout. 8 of the 9 outs have been strikeouts. I don't know if there's a mercy rule in Little League Baseball. We mentioned it'll be East Lynn and Lynn Shore playing in the second game of this 2021 Lynn City Series. Wyoming is sitting in the wings, drawing a bye. They'll play the winner of this one tomorrow night.
Now batting for the Braves, number 3, Riley Driscoll.
Riley Driscoll called on the strikes his first at bat. He's done a nice job behind the plate, blocking pitches, and he's thrown a couple of people out on the base pass. Down and away, goes to the backstop. The count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. We're here at East Lynn because East Lynn is the last team to win the City Series. That's way wide. That went to the backstop almost on the fly. I'm trying to remember. I'm getting old. I don't think they played the City Series last year because of the pandemic. And for strike evens, the count at 2. We mentioned it started here in the city, 1951. I believe the first one in the area was Beverly. On the corner for strike 3, so he comes back and gets him. He fell behind, gets another strikeout. Elijah Morin struck out swinging.
Now batting for the Braves, number 20, Elijah Morin.
Down and away to the backstop. Tough assignment falling into the losers bracket. There's 5 teams, so a possibility of it'll be 9 games, possible 10 if the loser comes back and forces an if necessary game. But that's tough assignment. You're gonna win a lot of games coming out of the losers bracket. It means you need a lot of pitching. Chase, that pitcher was way down and away. 1-2 the count. Had a duck under his. That was right at his head. Duck under that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Pine Hill first baseman. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Hit foul to the backstop. They called this volunteer field because when they moved from just outside Manning Bowl, beyond the left field fence of Fraser Field, they came down and they were building this field, and they had a whole bunch of volunteers. Another strikeout for Merriman. And they owe a big tip of the hat to Mr. Kramer, who was down here and they were doing it, and they were just about finished. He said, wait a minute, you can't do this. And they were about to do something that was going to cause them some problems in the structure. And he caught it, fixed it, and they put this nice complex up. So they owe him a big tip of the hat. Mason Palladino was the pitcher. He's now the shortstop. Swing and a miss. Wait a minute again. We got deuces wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. They just haven't been able to do anything with Rowan Merriman. Strike 3 call. We got 12 outs in 4 innings. 11 of them are strikeouts. The only ball put in play was a ground ball at third base, for the only out. Third baseman Giordano to Bernable for the putout is the only out other than a strikeout, and only 1 base hit by the number 9 hitter, Jacob Morin. We finished 4 here at Volunteer Field, home of Eastland Little League. Westland leading Pine Hill 9-0. 2, 3, and 4 for Westland as we start the 5th inning. Albert Collado has singled twice in 3 at-bats. He scored 2 runs. Last time up, he struck out swinging. He was the 10th hitter, making the 3rd out. He batted twice in the 3rd inning, had a base hit and a strikeout. But he's 2 for 3 with scoring 2. Swings through the pitch. So Jackson Barrett will start an inning in relief for Pine Hill. Swing and a miss. Waves at the pitch for strike 3. One up, one down in the 5th. Rowan Merriman is perfect. He's not only struck out 11 in 4 innings. He's got a single, a double, a single. He scored 3 runs. Wide for a ball. Single and scored, doubled and scored. Single when it went misplayed in the outfield. He went all the way to 3rd, and he scored on a throwing error when the runner, after the runner got hit by a pitch, they were stealing second. He threw down a second one into center field. He scored from 3rd. High and tight for a ball. Merriman's on for the fourth time.
Now batting for the Red Sox, number 5, Brennan Malloy.
Brandon Malloy, not too bad. Single, double, got hit by a pitch, scored twice, knocked in 4. He's been involved in 6 of the 9 runs. Singled in the first 2. Singled in the first 2 in the third inning. They get the force at second. They just barely get the force at second.
Now batting for the Red Sox, number 8, Dante Giordano.
Dante Giordano has been on base 3 times. He walked, got hit by a pitch and scored, singled and knocked in a run. Wide for a ball. High and tight for a ball. Six walks, 2 hit batsmen by the pitching, and 2 of the hit batsmen scored. 1 of the walks scored. In for a strike. They made 3 errors. Helped set up a run and scored a run. Hit the shot. Safe at first. So that's the 4th error. Didn't have a force at second. Tried to make the play. Nice stretch and a play at Elijah Moore, and first picked that out of the dirt. Gianni Bernabal struck out, walked and scored, struck out. On the corner for a strike. That one hit the backstop on the fly. That was a legitimate wild pitch. So second and third. 1-1 the count on the whistling first baseman. Swing and a miss. One ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. That'll do it for the inning. Everybody's hanging around like, oh, is that the 3rd out? Yes, it is. So they threaten. They leave 2 in scoring position, second and third. We'll move into the bottom half of the 5th. With Westland holding on to that 9-0 lead.
Total pitch count that inning for Jackson, 17 for a total of 34.
And Merriman's still back on the mound. As we move into the bottom half of the 5th, it'll be 5, 6, and 7. I'm looking at, you see the difference in the 2 teams. Merriman, the number 3 hitter for West Lynn, has batted 4 times. The number 3 hitter and the number 4 hitter for Pine Hill has only batted twice. So it's the third time through the batting order for West Lynn. Pine Hill hasn't gone through twice. They just haven't been able to do anything with Merriman. He's just shutting them down. Ezekiel Sanchez is back in right field. Brian Boyson, the left fielder, will lead off for Pine Hill. 5, 6, and 7 as we start the bottom of the fifth. He gets the bunt down. Nice play by the third baseman. Williamson charged nicely, took his time and threw him out. So 11 of 13 outs have been strikeouts. The other 2 outs, throwouts by the third baseman. Boyson got the bunt down. But Williams got to it very quickly, made a good, strong throw to Elijah Moran, the first baseman. So 1 up, 1 down in the fifth. And again, thank you to the weathermen. As I said, when I left the house to come here for the start of the game, it started to rain pretty good. Slowed down a bit when we got here. All of a sudden it stopped, and it's been nothing but sunshine and big puffy white clouds. Can probably see those couple of those puffy white clouds when the ball is hit in the air because they're right behind home plate. Line shot, pushed it foul past first base. Hit it well, little inside out swing, but pushed it past first base, foul. 1-2 the count to the Pine Hill second baseman. Hits it foul again. Again, the 1-2 pitch. High and tight, evens the count at 2. Waves at the pitch, another strikeout. An even dozen for Merriman. So 12 of the 14 outs have been strikeouts. Shea Paul was called out on strikes his one trip. Hits it foul toward the West Lynn dugout. Coach Peterson making the play. Hits him right on the head. Right on the helmet. And thank God he got up quickly. They're going to check on him anyway. But it hit him right on the helmet, and Shea Paul says he's okay. He's going to go to first base. And Coach Pierce is coming out. We're going to get change on the mound. Rowan went over. Nice job by Rowan Murray. Went over and shook the hand of the young player that just hit on the head. So they didn't give us the change. I don't know who's doing the catching. Because Brendan Malloy is the catcher. He was the catcher, but he's the new pitcher. So I don't know who's behind the plate.
Now batting for the Braves with the 7. Alphonse Wilhelmsen.
It could be Peterson behind the plate. He's the only one I'm missing. He was the shortstop. Swing and a miss. So what a performance by Rowan Merriman. 2 base runners, a single, a 2-out single in the third after he retired the first 9. And he hit a batter in for strike 2. 12 of the 14 outs he got were strikeouts. A ground to third and a bunt to third. Williamson taking care of both. And the beat goes on for strikeouts. So we finished 5 here at Volunteer Field. West Lynn holding on to that 9-0 lead over Pine Hill. We'll start the 6th and final inning. 7, 8, and 9 for West Lynn. Tyree Spain, the left fielder, struck out, reached in the fielder's choice, and walked. So he's been on base twice. Allen hits the backstop on the fly. In for a strike. Wide for a ball. Two balls and 1 strike. Three and 1 to the West Lynn left fielder. We mentioned it'll be West Lynn taking on Wyoming tomorrow night. Lynn Shore and East Lynn will battle in the second game of the tournament tomorrow early. The home run hitting contest will be here on Sunday. And that's ball 4. So Spain draws his second straight walk. Eight walks given up
Now batting for the Red Sox, number 10, Ezekiel.
by Pine Hill pitching. Wide for a ball. Driscoll's going to be a tired young man behind the plate. He's had to work chasing pitches. Sanchez reached on an error. Singled in 2 runs. They hit for him. Noggle grounded out first baseman in the number 8 spot. And now Sanchez is back in the game. In for a strike. He reached on that error, and promptly Driscoll picked him off, his first of 2 pickoffs he got in the game, the catcher. Down and away for a ball. So back-to-back walks starts the 6th inning.
Sox, number 3, Manny Rodriguez.
9 walks given up, 2 hit batsmen, 4 errors. Hasn't been a good day for Pine Hill. Down away for a ball. Manny Rodriguez, the center fielder, struck out the first time, but he's walked the last 2 times. That goes to the backstop. Everybody will move up. Well, at least one will move up. The runner stayed at first base. So first and third with nobody out. Hit foul. Way wide for a ball. 3-1 the count. Top of the order for West Lynn on deck. They batted 10 in the third inning. They batted 8 in the fourth inning. They batted 7 in the first inning. They've been running the bases. In for a strike. Count goes full. And now the runner takes off for second base. They let him go. So it's second and third with nobody out. And that's strike 3. They have to throw him out at first base. And the runner's going to score. It got away from the catcher. The catcher had to go down the first base line to get the ball to throw him out at first base. And that allowed Malloy to score.
Now batting, the Red Sox, number 2, Aiden Peterson.
Heads up by Spain, scoring from third. Driscoll made the right play. He had to go chase the ball, and he had to throw the runner out at first. And when he did, scooting home from third was Spain. And now we're going to get another change. Palladino is now going to go to center field. Shea Paul is going to be the new pitcher. And Barrett will go back to shortstop for Pine Hill, as it's now 10-0. With 1 out and a runner at third.
Total pitch count for Jackson, 51. On the mound for the Braves,
West Lynn might be thinking maybe save a couple of these when we play Wyoming tomorrow night. Aiden Peterson bounced to the first baseman. Bounced out second and first. Walked and just slapped a solid line shot, but right at the third baseman. So the third pitcher for Pine Hill steps in. Goes to the backstop, but the runner's going to stay at third base. Down and away for a ball. So a tough road to hoe for Pine Hill. They're going to drop into the losers bracket. They have to fight their way out. It's a long haul, especially when you lose the first game of the tournament. On 4 pitches, Peterson draws a walk. That puts
Now batting for the Red Sox.
Pine Hill pitching in double digits with 10 walks. 2 hit batsmen. And 2 walks and 2 hit batsmen have been 4 of the 10 runs. Albert Collado got 2 base hits his first 2 times up. Pine Hill got him the last 2 times. He struck out twice. They throw the runner out. They hesitated going. The runner at third never moved off the bag. Driscoll with another nice play. Perfect throw by Driscoll. Nice tag by Pimentel. They throw the runner out for the second out. I mentioned Collado singled first 2 times, scored both times. Last 2 times he struck out swinging. So Driscoll took one quick look to see if the runner at third was going. He wasn't. He threw a strike to second base and threw Peterson out. In for a strike. And I was wondering what was happening. The scoreboard was off. They didn't have it straight. That was strike 3. They get Collado. Didn't get him the first 2 times, but they got him the last 3 times. But Westland adds to their lead. They make it into double digits. They're 3 outs away from moving on in the winners bracket and taking on Wyoming tomorrow night. They're leading it 10-0, 3 outs away from winning the first game of the tournament. So they get a run. They do it without a base hit. 3 walks. And that strikeout that had to be thrown out at first base allowed the runner from third to score the run to make it 10-0. And it'll be 9-1-2 for Pine Hill. And Brendan Malloy will try to close it out. He came in for 1 out and got a strikeout. So West Lynn, which was one of the first, East Lynn, West Lynn, the 2 teams making up Little League the first year in 1951. West Lynn, the first game of the 2021 City Series, is going to move on and take on Wyoming. As we mentioned, 5 teams, so somebody has to draw a bye. Wyoming drew the short straw or the long straw, whichever way you want to look at it. They get the bye. So they're automatically in the semifinals of the winners bracket. The other half of the semifinals will be Lynn Shore and East Lynn playing the first game of the doubleheader tomorrow night. Second game will be West Lynn against Wyoming. Jacob Moore he's the 9th hitter in the inning. It's the 6th inning. He's up for the second time. He slapped a single in the right field. He's got the only hit in the ball game for Pine Hill. The only other base runner was Shea Paul getting a hit by a pitch. All of that charged to Merriman. Swing and a miss. He wound up kneeling down swinging at that pitch. Chased the pitch, swung through it.
Now batting for the Braves, number 5, Jackson Barrett.
14 strikeouts for West Lynn pitching, 2 in a row by Malloy. Swing and a miss. Jackson Barrett has struck out swinging twice. This is his first time batting against Malloy. Swings through the pitch again. 0-2. Jackson was the shortstop. Went in pitched for a short time. Went back to shortstop. Hits it foul off the backstop. Well, the West Lynn fans are going to go home happy. And to be right back here tomorrow night. Pine Hill will have to wait till Monday or Tuesday to come back and get their first taste of the losers bracket. Strike 3 called on the corner.
Now batting for the Braves, number 3, Riley Driscoll.
Riley Driscoll called on strikes twice. Take the pitch high for a ball. The amazing thing for the West Lynn pitch, and they haven't walked a batter. They've just been throwing strikes. Hit in the air. Nice play by the second baseman. Jensol Pimentel robs Driscoll of a hit. So a 1-2-3 inning ends the opening round of the 2021 Lynn City Series. West Lynn with a big 10-0 win over Pine Hill. Pine Hill had only 2 base runners. Jacob Moore got the only base hit. Driscoll was just robbed of a base hit on a great play by the second baseman, Albert Collado. The only other base runner, Shea Paul, got hit by a pitch. They only put 3 balls in play. The third baseman, Williamson, threw out 2 on a bunt and a ground ball. And then Collado made that great catch, running out in the right field, over the shoulder, taking a hit away from Driscoll. And that was it for Pine Hill. 15 of the 18 outs were strikeouts. 3 of them by Malloy, 12 of them by Merriman, who got the win. For West Lynn, they got 3 in the first inning. Collado and Merriman singled. Brendan Malloy knocked in 2 with a hit, and 1 scored on a wild pitch to make it 3. The same group collided again. Collado led off with a single. Merriman doubled. Malloy doubled in 2 runs. And then Sanchez got a base hit, knocking in 2. And it was 7-0. In the 4th inning, Merriman got his 3rd hit. when it skipped off the right fielder's glove, he went to third. Malloy got hit by a pitch. When he stole second, the throw went into center field. Merriman scored. And then Giordano got a base hit knocking in Malloy. It was 9-0. And then in the sixth inning, Spain walked, went to second. When Sanchez walked, went to third in a wild pitch. And when Rodriguez struck out, they had to throw Rodriguez out at first base. And when they did, Spain hustled in from third and scored the 10th run of the game to make it 10-0. And that was the final score. So for East Lynn, Collado had 2 base hits, scored twice. Merriman had a single, a double, a single, a walk. He was on base 4 times, scored 3. Malloy had a single, a double, got hit by a pitch, reached center fielder's choice, knocked in 4. Giordano had a walk, got hit by a pitch, singled, reached on an error, scored 1, knocked in 1. Bernable had a walk, scored a run. Tyler Spain had 2 walks, scored a run, was on base with a fielder's choice. Sanchez reached on an error, had a 2 RBI single, walked, and Manny Rodriguez walked twice, so it was a good team effort by West Lynn. Pitching was the story. 15 strikeouts, no walks, and a shutout by Merriman. Malloy comes in after the pitch count and retires 4 in a row. 2 of them by strikeout, 3 of them by strikeout. And a very nice play ending the game. Collado on a running catch out in right field over the shoulder on a pop-up, taking a hit away from Riley Driscoll, ended the game. And West Lynn will move on. They'll take on Wyoma in their second game of the tournament tomorrow night. They stay in the winner's bracket. They win it 10-0 over Pine Hill. Pine Hill will come in next week, and they'll get their first taste of the loser's bracket. They got a long way to go, but they've got plenty of time to do it. So 10-0 West Lynn over Pine Hill. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.